Hey everybody, how goes it? My name's Jimoar, and I need to apologize. Um, so going back to when did I first notice it again? First Berserker Kazan, I noticed my videos were like all weirdly pixelated and just it didn't look right. And I thought it was my old computer. When I got the new one, I was playing Dying Light: The Beast. I went on YouTube, looked at the Dying Light video, and like it was better, but it still didn't look right. And I'm guessing all my videos have this in it. I thought maybe it was just with Dying Light when it wasn't terrible like it was with Kazan. I thought maybe that was just YouTube's usual compression making it look that way. But I probably have a lot of videos with that in it. And I noticed when I went to finish Code Vein 2, I was about to do the last video when my computer wanted to update. And I wanted to make sure all the settings were right, so I looked at the final video when I was done editing it, and it was awful. It was so bad. Like seconds in, I turned the camera, and it's all pixelated and colors are wrong, and I didn't understand why. It looked just as bad as Kazan did. And like I used to check every video. If you've never been on the uploading side like of YouTube, you just watched it. This is gonna give like a little info of how some things were, because I don't have access to all features, but I have some stuff. When I first started, I checked every video to make sure they looked okay, and they looked fine. And then when YouTube changed the login page for a creator, you can see like a preview of what your channel looks like when you log in. And you can set it for what it looks like for new people that aren't subscribed and what it looks like for subscribers, and it'll be like a featured video and all. And it would autoplay, so I can like log in and I'll see my most recent video playing. It looked fine, and it was like that for a while. Then they took that away, and I kind of just never checked my videos. I figured I didn't change any settings, it should be fine. But when this happened with Code Vein, with me taking my pills while I'm being tired, and the fact that I did this at 12:30 at night, and I was very tired to begin with, I was looking at it and I couldn't understand why it was like that, because the rendering I use, like when I go to finalize the video, is a setting specifically called YouTube. So I figured this is set for YouTube. And I don't know, maybe YouTube changed something on their end for how videos work. I don't know. And that's why it's more of a problem. But I was looking at how bad this looked, and it reminded me of watching like a live stream on my TV YouTube where it's like 720p and it's all pixelated, and people talk about on X how videos look like that because of how terrible the bitrate is. And like I never looked into it again because I'm thinking, no, the bitrate, but this is a YouTube setting, it should be correct. And when I went to try and refinalize it, maybe thinking something went wrong, I yawned as I was about to click, and when I opened my eyes again, like the settings for that were showing, like just hovering over it. The bitrate was terrible. It was really low. So I went into the other options, and I found one that was it's like 5 or 6 times higher bitrate. It makes the file size like 4 times larger, so it's going to take longer to upload. But I chose that option, and when that was done, I looked at it again, just like I looked at the first version of it. No pixelation, no weird coloring, no bad visuals. So all this time, I thought that the YouTube setting... Why is this acting like that? There. The YouTube setting was meant for YouTube, and it would just work. But again, I don't know if something changed on YouTube's side where they upped the way the bitrate works or something. I don't know enough about that stuff. But now I know how to get rid of that, so that shouldn't be a problem in videos going forward. For now, at least. I'm really trying to figure out a different editing software so I can start maybe using my 4K card. I don't have a ton of space. I think I have enough space, but I don't get rid of my raw recordings until after I've uploaded a finished one, because then I know the finished version works and there's no issues. and I don't need to keep the raw. So I have like one video could end up being like 60, 70 gigs, depending on how long it is, because the raw is larger than the finished, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to be using larger file sizes to begin with. But starting with Resident Evil, I should not have that. Well, technically starting with Code Vein 2's final episode. If you watch that when I put it up, you'll notice seconds in I turned the camera, that's when it all went wrong. But starting with Resident Evil, this series should fix that issue. Like I said, with my health and all, and even the doctor saying I need to find a way to work from home, I'm trying to do this better. It's why I spent a lot of money that I did not have on a new computer, and it's not even a top-of-the-line one. This is the cheapest one I can afford that looked decent. But I'm trying to do this better. I'm trying to get better at this, because I don't know what else I'm going to do. Data entry's taken up by AI. I don't have the money to get a law degree or a medical degree to do case summarizing and stuff. Yeah, sneeze. But like I don't know what else I could do from home. I'm a very poor high school graduate. Gaming is what I know. I love the thing about my channel is I don't want to be like the big rich famous guy. I just want to get big enough to pay my bills, obviously, and to not worry about money. But I want to get to where I get a chance to talk to some game companies. I would very much like to pitch some ideas I have, and maybe it goes somewhere, maybe it doesn't, but I would just like the chance to get a phone call or a meeting with someone and say, hey, I have this idea. Do you think there's something we can do with this? And even if it's just like, we'll give you a share of sales, I'm not gonna walk in there and be like, all right, $50 million for my idea. No, I just like, I don't know. I don't have the skills or ability to make a game. Like, most of my stuff is in my head. I have no way of getting it out. I can't draw. I'm terrible grammar. I can't write. I don't understand the computer side of things to figure out coding and games and like digital art. I don't have that. I wish I did. I wish I had any of those, but I don't. But like, I see I see extraction shooters and what people say about some of them and what some of the complaints are, and I'm just sitting there like, well, I have this idea for one. How do I move forward? How do I get my foot in the door to talk to someone and say, hey, I have this idea. Can we work on it together? Can this be a thing? Do you think this will go anywhere? I have several ideas. But I gotta take the first step first. I have to get better at doing streaming and recording. I have to understand this better. I have to try and learn better. Editing is a big struggle for me because I do simple edits. I unfortunately use Windows Movie Maker, which is discontinued. I tried using the new one, Clipchamp, that comes with Windows. I don't understand how to make it work. Like, I can't split a video in Clipchamp. I can kind of trim it, but then the audio goes away. And I don't know why. And then I was like, well, there's an option to separate the audio from the video. What if I separated the audio from the video? And then I trimmed the video. Still no audio. Like, I don't... Windows Movie Maker is so simple to use. It's such a good basic interface, because all I basically do, unless I get stuck or like I have to, I mean, using OBS, being able to pause the recording has eliminated a lot of the having to split a video and cut stuff out in the middle, because I can pause the recording, and like if I have to run to the bathroom or I get a phone call or something, I can do that. That's great. But most of the stuff, again, like, I'll start a recording, I won't say nothing, I'll be like, okay, everything's recording, the recording number's going up, everything looks good. When I go into editing, I trim that out, because it's just silence. And then, like, I try to keep enough time at the end of the video of nothingness for the end cards. And I look for thumbnails. Like, I go through, I try to find a scene or a nice shot or something for a thumbnail. That's about it. That's all I do. I do want to get a, what is it? A mini stream deck. The little one that would fit on the base of the Elgato mic I have. because I want to put just a few buttons for now. I probably, again, as things progress, I'll find more use for it. I'll get a better one. But if that's not too expensive, because it's like 6 buttons, I think, I'd like to have the start and stop recording, pause recording, and a screenshot button. That way, because I have a shortcut on my computer for taking screenshots, like a keybind for it, but I don't always remember to use it as it's happening. If it's on, like right in front of me here, because I have to look to the left of my computer for my monitor that I play on, and I'm facing that way, I'll be able to like watch a cutscene, and then if there's something cool, I could just quickly press the button and get the screenshot right away on a higher quality than I would from Windows Movie Maker. So, again, I apologize for the poor quality all this time. I don't know why it took me so long to understand that. I just figured a YouTube setting would work for YouTube. And I thought it was my capture card, it was my computer. I'm really sorry. So, thank you for watching my stuff. As always, I'm open for game suggestions. I have a list of games coming up after the recent State of Play that was really good. And, like I said, I'm going to start recording Resident Evil right now. So, I want to try and wrap this up and get this uploaded as soon as possible. And, after that is Crimson Desert. So I might take time, and I'll talk about this more in my Resident Evil playthrough. I might take time to focus on getting everything in Resident Evil, and then play something else while we wait for Crimson Desert. But that's going to be it for this. Thank you for watching and supporting me. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.